Hi, welcome to my channel, and this is my first video on YouTube, so there might not be any music. I don't have any pretty backgrounds. I have a messy area where I'm folding clothes, and this is just true life for a working mom with ADD trying to make her first video. So if you like lifestyle, health and wellness, mental health issues, makeup, could be my pets, then you might enjoy this channel. So let's get going. So my hair is kind of out of it because I just washed it, and I'm just showing you one of my favorite products that's helped is my Briogeo Scalp Revival. I can't live without this stuff. I do use it every week, and I try to wash my hair about every, I don't know, 5 days, I guess. And the other shampoo that's really been helping me a lot is the Smooth shampoo from Rodan & Fields. That's really been a game changer for extending the length of time that I can wash my hair. I used to have to wash it maybe every 3 days, and now I can go, I would say every maybe 5 or 6 days. So that's great. My hair makes it super soft. So those are a couple of my favorites. I've already done my skincare. It is late on a Sunday afternoon. Normally I don't even have any makeup on unless I'm at work on Sunday afternoon. So I'm filming this video at 6 p.m. Eastern time, and I'm going to be putting on makeup and have to take it off, which I hate. This bottle is so beaten up that you really can't even tell anymore, but it's the Tatcha, oh boy, it's the Silk Canvas, don't even know the real name for it, primer. So I'm going to put a little bit of that. I deal with a lot of pore problems. You might see cats running around and behind me. Unfortunately, they're worse than children. I have a lot of pore issues, especially in this area and on my nose. And just unevenness from rosacea. So I really like this primer. And this is going to be kind of a getting ready with me at night and just talking about a few of my favorite things. I am not, obviously, a professional YouTuber, and I don't get PR because this is my first video, and I am just a regular mom, nurse, small business owner. All right, so I've gotten my silk canvas, and I deal with dark circles really, really badly, and I have to do everything I can to cover them up. And I really love this product by Milk Makeup. And I don't even know what it's called. Let me see. I don't think there's a name on it. Oh, Sunshine Under Eye Tint. And this is in 2. Okay. But my eyes are so dry that normally, I think I have it here, I have to use a active hydration, like a gel cream to mix with it under my eyes, because otherwise it will really get into those wrinkles around my eyes and they will look bad. And even still doing lots of things to help with the moisture under my eyes and really prepping my eyes, because I did already have on eye cream as well. My eye cream still gets into all the wrinkles, and I still have to smooth it out throughout the day, unfortunately. And I am gonna zoom you guys in a little bit, and I might have to use my mirror too. Shooting this on a phone, you can tell, yes, not a professional YouTuber here. And I used a smaller concealer brush, but it really seemed to just really build up under my eyes, so I'm just using this really big Real Techniques brush. And I have to get really close in here because I'm as blind as a bat to see what I'm doing. And even still, it really have not found a good product with my dry under eyes to not look awful. It just always is dry up under my eyes. But using the active hydration hyaluronic, I never can say that word, under my eyes truly helps me. I think I'm gonna have to, unfortunately for you guys, get you a little bit closer because I really can't see what I'm doing. And not too bad. My favorite sponge is DSMD, Dark Skin Daily Makeup. Oh, these sponges are great and they are not too expensive. So I usually just go up under here and just smooth out that Milk Makeup concealer. And I'm a bit extra, and because I have such bad dark circles, I also use the Kosas Revealer Concealer as well, because the Milk Makeup has just a very, very light coverage, which at my age is very good to have a light coverage, not a full coverage, especially under my eyes. But I usually add this in the corners and usually right here. And even then, I still am not super happy with how my eyes look. You might hear a fan, but I get hot very easily. So I really try to go under here and then with any of the remaining, get a little bit closer. Okay, let me see how that's looking, not horrible. And I have a cat in my lap. Ow, that's attacking me. So I'm just doing tapping motions. And then I bring it up here. Okay, then I'm going to get into my magnifying mirror and just use my wet sponge. I have a cat that's attacking the tablecloth. Okay, not too bad. Kitty cat, you're going to have to stop. Yeah, not too bad. Try not to block you, but not too bad. In front of a window and there's a little bit of a shadow there. I am so sorry about that. Okay, so the foundation that I have been really loving lately is the Haus Labs. It doesn't wear well under makeup, and as I mentioned, I'm a nurse and I still personally like to wear a mask when I'm at work to protect myself and to also protect the patients. So I usually will just put just a little bit on my hand. Doesn't take a lot with this concealer. About that matte. And sometimes I will add my favorite, I can't remember the name of this. It's the De-Bronzy Sunshine Drops. Oh, I just drew a blank on who they're from. Oh, Drunk Elephant. Age, yeah. I love these. I won't tonight just because it's late and I'm just doing this wonderful makeup look as my first video. So I'm not going to do that. But I love this brush. It is from Refer. And then it's one of my favorite brushes. It's a number 31 with this brush. It's kind of a angled kabuki brush. Okay. So I like just to stamp this on. It has a nice glow. Like I said, under a mask, it really doesn't hold up. I have others that will hold up better, but I really like the glow that this gives me. It's one of my favorites. Okay, get a little closer here. And I'm just kind of tapping, stippling in down into my neck just a little. And then I have a little bit remaining on my hand, so I like to get my sponge. And here I usually have some breakouts, and I like to add a little bit extra coverage there. And on my cheeks, and bring the rest here, and then I just stipple it in with my sponge. And I'm not doing, this is a more casual, quick look that I'm doing. Just again, because my ADD and trying to get it done all day and realizing it's not going to get done unless I just sit down and do it with messy hair, messy house, and just go for it. And okay. And so then what I have been trying lately is the new Valentino, and I really have a sun glare right there. Valentino concealer. I got it at the latest Sephora sale. I've heard mixed reviews. So far I like it. I mean, all my concealer ends up looking really bad. Again, you're gonna have to excuse that shadow. It's from the window that's right in front of me. But I do add a little bit here on my nose, here, just on my cheeks where I have the redness from my rosacea, and just a touch a little bit lower. Okay, and I again use the same rougher brush to stipple it in. Stipple under my nose. I mean, I've been pleased with it because I think no concealer really does great on me. I haven't been too displeased with it. Okay, pretty good. I never used to use a sponge, and I really love how perfected it is. I think I have a cat here. All right, so powder wise, just because my under eyes are pretty dry, I don't like to use anything too heavy. I love the Pat McGrath, but mine has shattered. So right now I've been using the Dior Backstage Powder No Powder, which I hope they're repackaging and not discontinuing. Mine, I have to be real careful, is kind of come unstuck there. But I love this little, oh man, I can't remember who makes this. Real Techniques brush. I probably have some other ones here. And I just do a nice stippling motion here. I'm trying to beat that sun that's coming in right there. And I wear glasses, as you can tell, so I like to do a little bit extra there and just around the nose. Okay. And then I love to use a loose powder, and I love the Huda Beauty baking powder, and this one is in the color Banana Bread. I cannot bake because my skin under my eyes is so dry that it will not look good. So I really don't use that. I kind of use it here, especially wearing the mask. And on my nose, I tend to get oily. I didn't tell you my skin type. I used to have normal skin, and then over the years, as I've gotten older and with my rosacea and all the rosacea meds, my skin got dry. And then with some great skincare, my skin got a lot better, and now it's normal here, but in the T-zone, I get very oily. Okay. All right, so I love the Huda Beauty. I'm trying to get out of the sun. Sorry about that time of day. And so I love sculpt now. I didn't used to love to sculpt, trying to get out of the sun, but I really like this from Fenty Beauty. It's really easy in a stick. This is in Amber. It's one of their matchsticks. And I am not a professional makeup artist or esthetician. So I learned from watching people, and I learned how I've been doing things wrong. So I used to go too low, but now I really try to go up higher, and I'm gonna have to use my mirror here as well and look into that so I can see what I'm doing. But I like to come in here and then come up a little bit to bring that cheekbone up. Same thing on this side. Bring it up. And then, especially for my jowls that are not doing too great, so I get up under here, and I still haven't figured out the right way I want to do it yet. But this is kind of how I've been doing it right now. Really trying to not accentuate this part of my jowl, and I'm still not sure the best way to do that. And then on my nose, I try to make sure I'm right here on the top. All right. So again, I like to use a brush with a little stippling motion just to blend it in. I don't notice that it messes up my base when I do this. And I have to check, since I'm so blind, my small mirror. And then I like to blend upward. I really don't want to do anything to drag my face down any more than it is already dragging down. So I like to go up. And then on my nose, I have a smaller brush, and I think it's Real Techniques as well. I'm not sure of the number or anything, but it's got this flat edge to it. And so I like to take it, and I like to just kind of go up. I don't like to go down. Yeah, and that's what I do for sculpting. I have a little bump in my nose that I sometimes really hesitate with doing this sculpting on because I feel like it accentuates it more. But, you know, there we go. As I'm dropping things, looking for things. I have a bronzer. I like to use a powder bronzer on top. And I can't find mine right now, but I have another one that I really love. Let me see if I can find it. If you saw what my makeup was in, oh my gosh, it's embarrassing. I have so much just dumped in a container, and I cannot find it, so we will be using a different bronzer. So this is in one of these kits from Hourglass, and I like to use the bronzer here. I don't have my glasses on right now, so I don't know the number of this one or the name, but I like to use, this is just a Real Techniques brush that I'm using, and I like to just go along my cheekbones. Same here. And normally I use a cream bronzer up there, and I totally forgot, but I'll tell you my favorite one. And then I like to just kind of do bronzer all over. So I really love this Stay Sunmelt bronzer, and the color of mine is medium bronze. This is my favorite, and so I'll normally do that along here, and I forgot this time. Yeah, what do you do? And I think what I might do now, because my brows are driving me crazy, if I can find my brow cream. And I found my brow product. So my brows are very difficult brows. I'm still trying to figure out how to work with them the best, but I do brush them up. And I'm pretty lazy with my brows. I used this Rodan & Fields It is called Brow Defining Boost in black, and it helps your brows appear darker and thicker instantly and over time. So I'm going to have to use my mirror so I can see what I'm doing. I just brush through the brows. And I'm going to have to look away from the camera here so I can see what I'm doing. And same thing over here. And that's all I do. Very quick and easy. Most of the time I'm getting ready in my car on the way to work. I know I'm one of those. It's really terrible. All right. So if I can find, I really like this Triclone. This one is not my favorite one, but it is the one that I have. Let me adjust my camera just a little bit. And this one is She's That Girl. I have some other favorites, but so I love that he has the cream covered up and then here's your powder. Now with Triclone, he likes for you to do the powder first and then the cream, whereas with other ones from other companies, you do the cream first and then the powder. So this one is very bright. You have to go in with a very light hand. Okay. And then I go through, and I'm just using, these are Real Techniques brushes. I have my Refer, and I didn't get them out. So I really stay back here with that cream. And just because of my age, I don't like to go too far down because it will drag my face down. And I don't need any more help than Mother Nature is doing its thing already. My sponge could be a little bit wetter. Okay. Jumping out of frame here. Okay, let me check my mirror so I can see. Pretty good. And then I have this little Color Pop. What is this thing called? Can't remember anything. This is from the Snow White collection. It's I Wish I Wish. Okay, it's one of their Super Shock blushes. I love the Super Shock blushes. I've dug my finger in this one, unfortunately, so it's not too pretty. And I like to just get a little bit of it, just for a little glow there. I really like those. They're really good any age. They're great for any age. All right, I have my highlighter here. Aha. So one of my favorite highlighters is from Anastasia of Beverly Hills, is the Amrezy. And I don't think you can get it anymore. When they re-released it, I bought a couple. And I love it. I have one that's untouched. And this is another Real Techniques brushes. I'm stumbling over my words. And I just do a couple swipes. I really don't need to enhance any of my texture, but I'm quite sure I probably do. But you know, makeup, it's how you like to wear it, what makes you feel good. I do like to learn new techniques. As we get older, there's things that, as I mentioned, that you don't want to enhance, and I am learning that. So I'm using out of my Hourglass kit. I think this might be dim light. Let me see. Number 2 is this is a finishing powder in diffuse light, And the other one is, what is the other one? Diffuse light. Oh, it's so hard to read, number one. And dim light. So I use diffuse light under my eyes. I think this might be an hourglass brush. And I just stipple it. And then with dim light, I like to just go over, kind of meld in the blush. I don't do it on my forehead. Okay. And my favorite spray I like to use is from Glow Recipe. Got to keep all that makeup out of those wrinkles. Okay, perfecto. So let me see how my under eyes look, because they can start getting makeup in them. I have an eyelash that's doing something crazy. Okay. So I'm still fighting the sun, but I have, let me get you a little closer. I have one eye done. I haven't put mascara on it. And I'm using some of my favorite eyeshadows from Sydney Grace. If you are not familiar with Sydney Grace is an independent beauty brand from California. And I have used a variety of her single shadows. So I will go through those and show you what I am using. So the first one I'm using is Miracle. Okay. And I'm using a combination of Singe beauty brushes and rougher brushes. So I'm going to use a rougher brush, kind of a wide fluffy brush. And I have hooded eyes, so I have to kind of work around that just a little bit. Actually, that's not the color I'm using. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm actually using Winter Wonder from Sydney Grace. Okay. So I am just going to have to use my mirror. And I just run that all over. And at my age, I really cannot come out to here, okay? I have to go more up, okay? So I try to stop this one too far, so it's not going too far out of the corner of my eye, okay? So I have that there. And then the next one is the one I was telling you about, Miracle, that I'm going to use. And I think I'm going to use a Singe beauty brush. See if I can see without my glasses which one, and tell you which one it is. This is EO2 from Singe Beauty. Okay, I'm using the Miracle, and because I have a hood, which is right here. Okay, so I have to really make sure my shadow is up over that hood. And so normally I would keep my eyes open, but it is hard for me to do that looking into the phone. But for hooded eyes, you want to come above the crease, okay? And then I'm just doing it right here in the corner. Okay, and that's with Miracle, and I'll blend that a little bit. Here, if I can find my brush without my glasses. Here it is. I'm going to use a little bit of Winter Wonderland and blend those edges. Might hear my cats eating. So those edges are blended, okay? And then I'm going to use a Singe Beauty brush. Let me see which one I want to use. I am using the EO4 from the Singe Beauty. And I am going to still use Miracle, this one from Sydney Grace. but I am actually gonna go in with a little bit more of it, okay? In the corner. And I'm gonna have to get close because I can't see with my eyes. I have to do a magnifying glass here, just in the corner to accentuate it. And then just doing a little V up here. Okay. And then we have a darker color. And that one is Mittens. I love Sydney Grace mattes. They're really easy to blend. So I'm still using that same Singe Beauty brush. I think it was the EO2, did I say? No, EO4. Okay. And I'm just going to go into the corner and deepen that up a little bit more. Try to make sure it's even with the other side that I just did off camera. All right, perfect. That looks close. Okay. All righty. So now we're going to go in with some of the, actually I want to go into under my eye for you. And I used, which brushes did I use? Nope. I think I used the EO4. Yeah, I used the EO4 again. And first I went in with that first one, Winter Wonder, the lightest one, under my eyes. Okay. And then I went with Miracle, the medium color, next. And I have to watch all the little wrinkles under my eyes. Sometimes I'll do a stamping motion. And then I'm going in with the darkest color. I can't remember if I did that on that side. I might have to add it. And I could use a pencil brush, but okay. All right. So then I'm using, let's see which brush. I think this is a rougher. Yeah, a rougher 21. Okay. And I am going to be going into one of Sydney Grace Shimmers. This is Wintertime. Really pretty color. Probably can't tell on the camera. And normally I'll spray it just to help keep the shadow from flying everywhere. But this is so intense that I don't need to. Very pretty. And then the next one that I'm going to go in with is Sydney Grace's Winter Garden. It's kind of a duochrome, I think. I dug my finger in there, unfortunately, and messed the pretty shadow up. And I'm going to kind of do that as a transition between this lighter color and the darker. Let me see if I can see what I'm doing. Just as kind of a transition in between the two. Perfect. And then I'm using a little bit of Wintertime, that first shimmer, okay, just to go into the arch of my brow. It's a little darker than I normally go, but I'm just using a little bit. Okay. Right into the arch. So I'm going to use the darkest color, Mittens, kind of like an eyeliner for the upper lid. right here in the corner and just angle it up a little. All right, perfect. Let me see if they're even. Yep. And sometimes I'll do my concealer afterwards in case there's any fallout, but with Sydney Grace shadows, I usually don't. And just bring a little bit of my Glow Recipe on my eyes. And I'm still having a hard time finding mascara that I truly love. This one is from Maybelline, the Falsies Lash Lift. Just about where I need a new one. I prefer a drier mascara. I don't mind, this has a big wand and I don't mind the big wand, but still haven't found my perfect mascara. I'll do the mascara off camera, hold on. So I have my mascara on and I added some lip color and I did the lip cushion from M Cosmetics and the color is Venetian Rose. That's just a little twist. And it's very emollient. I really like that. And this is the look. It is not actually, you know, just a one swipe and you're done shadow. If I'm not filming it, I can do it a whole lot quicker than talking. But next time I can show you just one or two colors and not as much detail. But today I went a little bit more since it was my first video. So this is the look. The hair's still not done, but I've got a face full of makeup and nowhere to go. But if you enjoyed this video, if you would click like and subscribe, and in future videos, as I mentioned earlier, we might be talking about more makeup, skincare, wellness, hemp products, mental health, ADD, just a lot of the daily things that I struggle with, and I think a lot of people out there, parenting young adults, could be a young adult, and you might be interested to hear what I say as well. So I look forward to our next video together, and see you soon.